Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of The Core. The Core is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Paramount. It can be found as a slipcover edition, available at your local and online retailers. Now, I've always been a sucker for disaster films, and as we all know, when it comes to these type of movies, they're very great on visuals, but pretty shallow on the story. Enter The Core, which among those disaster movies, kind of ranks about mid-tier. I do like the cast, even though I'm not the biggest Hilary Swank fan. I think she did a good job in this role, and it seems like they all knew what they signed up for, so they decided to roll with it, and I think they did a good job. The early CG effects do look a bit dated by today's standards. That's just part of the territory. But at this point, if you bought into the whole disaster element of the film, I don't think they would really necessarily bother you too much. Also, I do feel the movie runs a little bit too long. At 2 hours and 15 minutes, it feels like it's starting to drag its feet in quite a few spots. I think if you trim down maybe 25 minutes of the movie, you'd have a nice, leaner experience, and I think the overall film would have been received better for it. The Core isn't going to make many people's top 10 lists, but if you're putting together a Saturday afternoon with a bunch of disaster films, you could do worse than putting this one in the whole mix. So yeah, it's okay. It's not one of my go-tos, but it's still enjoyable whenever I pop it on. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD slipcover edition of The Core. As far as artwork goes, I actually like it. I think the slip is pretty decent, so gets a good score for that. And then we have the back, the spine, interior, and then just black art. So nothing special there. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Core on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 2:3:9:1 aspect ratio. It was finished at a native 4K resolution and graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, those of you that are familiar with Paramount and their, I can't even say recent anymore, catalog 4K titles probably know it's a crapshoot as to what to expect in terms of quality. For starters, the compression seems a bit much. I noticed more than a few instances of bitrates dipping into the single digits, which, in my opinion, should be a criminal offense. They spike very often. One scene can reach as high as 100, and the next they fall way into 8 or 9 territory. The fact that the image stability needs to be called into question here is mind-boggling. Well, the mighty DNR stick has struck again. After watching this one, you may have felt that you were transported to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum because, gee golly, things are rough visually. Gone are the finer textures one would expect from a 4K upgrade. Just for fun, I popped in my Shout Factory Blu-ray disc, and details are easily more visible there. Shout's disc also exhibits proper grain structure, as light as it might be. On the 4K, it's more or less scrubbed away, leaving the overall picture smoother than berry white. So you may be asking yourself, hey, Movie Guy 365, surely the HDR Dolby Vision grading saves things here. I'm afraid not. If there are any applicable benefits to the grading, it's either very subtle or flat out non-existent. During the lightning storm midway through the film, it doesn't offer any more visual pop when compared to the Blu-ray from Shout. Generally, the palette feels more subdued on the 4K. As for the black levels, they can often be hit or miss. Shadows are generally well rendered, but in some darker interiors, compression rears its head with some light artifacting. The Core on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 audio mix. Thankfully, it doesn't appear that Paramount has nerfed the audio in any sort of way from the previous Blu-ray, but those expecting an Atmos upgrade, you're going to be out of luck. With this being a disaster film, it does provide all the right beats when things hit the fan. Surface level action lands well, sometimes hard. When the team begins their descent towards the Core, the various inner Earth shenanigans, lava flow, all bring an appreciable level of immersion. Dialogue reproduction is clear even among the chaos. Subwoofer activity is punchy and robust at all the right moments, which for audiophiles should leave you definitely not wanting. For the picture quality, I'm going to give the Core on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an F. It is, as a rule, that your 4K disc cannot be worse than the Blu-ray counterpart. For those that love DNR-ridden transfers, you're probably going to feel differently. If I were you, I would invest your money into the Shout Factory Blu-ray for better picture results. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one an A-. Paramount's cut and paste of the audio track should come as no surprise to owners of the existing Blu-ray. In the pantheon of disaster films, the 5.1 doesn't quite hit legendary status, but it's still a nice listening experience. So that is my review of the Core on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're still interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.